Hello Virgo, welcome back to my channel if you're a returning subscriber. If you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoy the reading. Okay, so I've already shuffled and laid out the cards. So let's see what we've got here for you now. So I think first of all I'm going to start with the Kali Endings and Beginnings card. The old must be released so that the new can enter. So in some way, shape or form in your chart at this point, or your life at this point, this can apply to a number of things. It really depends on you and where you are, but it's saying that something needs to end in order to bring in a new beginning. It may have already happened, and therefore you are now you're in that transition phase which takes you into a new beginning. But Kali is a very powerful goddess, so this is about if it has already happened and you're going through that transition, it really, she's saying that not to fear the changes that are coming in for you, because it needs to happen. Okay, so whatever you were doing or whatever you were in needs to change and transform. So something has ended, whatever the situation may be, and then you now need to move forward. So don't fear it. If you are resisting for some reason, or you are in a fear situation, or you are just kind of ignoring the situation, then Kali will bring in the change for you, and it will be much harder in that case. She really is the ultimate get things done goddess, so it's best not to resist and dig your heels in with her, because she will bring in sweeping change if need be. So it really is about accepting that this is your life, and that on the other side of this is something important that you need to move towards. It's growth, it's transition into something better, it's got more opportunity for you, and so on and so forth. So don't fear the changes, whatever is occurring for you. I also want to just mention Moon at this point, Moon Soul. So this is all about your emotions, your emotional life. It's also where you go to feel secure, or your feelings of security. So it could be that with the Kali Endings and Beginnings, you have some attachment or some area of your life where you feel secure, or which is giving you a feeling of security. But it can also be a habit as well. So whether this is a behavior or a way of thinking, or some sort of like a security blanket that you have that needs to now be transformed in some way. So it could, as I said, it could be a habit or a way of thinking, or some aspect of your life which is habitual, and that is needing to transform in some way. And it's saying that this will be an emotional decision, or it may have brought up emotional situations, or you just may be working your way through that. There could be nostalgia and sentimentality attached to this, whatever it is. And this is saying that examine all of that. Your rear view mirror, in other words, the looking back into the past, is small for a reason. All right, your front window, where you're headed, is where you are going, and that's big for a reason. It needs to be big because that can encompass your vision for the future. The rear view mirror is small because you can't go back to the past. You can only observe it. You can bring forward the best and the lessons that you learned, but you want to keep moving forward. So there's that nostalgia and sentimentality, perhaps looking back and bringing forward the hindsight. That's really what you need to bring forward. But it can also be about family or domestic issues maybe coming up as well, home related issues, or just things around family and your familial ties. It can also be another feminine in your environment, or another female in your environment. This can represent the mother, or a mother figure. It can also be feminine wisdom. Now, whether you're a masculine or a feminine, we have both, and we need to balance both. So this is about getting in touch with your emotions, working through that. So let the emotions come in. Don't try and hide them, or try and prevent that from sort of manifesting for you. You want to feel those emotions, because ultimately, at the end of the day, that's going to give you the closure or the ability to move on. So look at all of those things, and then close the door wherever you need to. But it can also be about creating a feeling of security for yourself in whatever way, or, or shape that may be for you. It can also be about, as I said, getting in touch with that feminine wisdom, or the intuitive side, the instinctual side. Ultimately, let your instincts and your intuition guide you at this time as well, to navigate forward. You can't go backward. This is about going forward now. It can also be about birthing something. So this may be birthing as in bringing something into light, or bringing something to being, and it can also be physical birthing. Now we have got the 6th house here. So 6th house, this covers all aspects to do with work, workplace, work colleagues, but it can also be your craft, mastering your craft, and this could be something that you work on from home. You needn't necessarily go to a workplace. This could be something you do from your home, but it's also what you've got planned for yourself, your daily routines around your where you go and what you do. But it's also to do with your health and your well-being, your lifestyle, all of that. And these are intimately connected. And it's it's for some people they work from home, so that may be connected to your lifestyle, anything to do with that. But it's all about the work that you're doing, or the craft that you have, and the improvement of that, and so on, and also health, diet, lifestyle, and well-being. So what it is that you bring into your daily routines, your skills, and so on. So now we have got grand trine blessings at the bottom. So I do feel that this may have quite a big work focus for you this month. And this is saying that if you have been through a period of where you have had obstacles and things like, difficulties, that these will dissolve or be lifted away. This is going to bring in more flow, all right? So more movement forward. So you've got a good, almost like a green light here. But it can also be completion of something, or closure of something. As I said, with the endings and beginnings, something is definitely ending and something is beginning, whether this is an emotional situation or a physical situation, however you want to apply it in any area here. So more flow, more harmony, completion or closure, apply to your situation as it resonates. But it can also be that some sort of blessings are coming in, but this is normally as a result of your hard work, or what you have been putting in place, what you have been sort of working towards, or what you have been contemplating and actually trying to bring into being. You can receive blessings in relation to that now. So it's like bringing home the blessings, but you still have to anchor them down. What this is saying is, yes, the flow is there, and yes, blessings can manifest now, but you will need to still steer your ship. You will still need to apply yourself to anchor the blessings down. And there may be opportunities coming up for you, or some kind of flow in a particular direction which was previously blocked. Whatever it is, you're going to have to follow up on the opportunities. You're going to have to keep moving forward, keep steering, and apply effort to what it is that you're trying to manifest for yourself here. This is also saying that any sort of skills and talents and abilities that you have, there may be others which have been sort of dormant. They're inherent in you, so you've come into this lifetime with them, but you haven't really focused on them, or it's something that you've taken for granted, or it's something that you just do well. You can do well, but you haven't really thought about using it effectively, or perhaps you've been involved in another career which was suitable for the time and the place, but now these some other skill or talent or ability or something that you haven't focused on could very well be stirred up now and rising up. And this is also saying that this is a blessing, and you can monetize that, or you can use that, or you can use those skills to move yourself forward. So it's a very progressive energy, but it's going to need steering. It's going to need your resolve and your determination to see it through. But it's saying that you've got opportunity now. You've got, like breakthrough, luck, whatever, some sort of reward possibly, or just an opportunity coming to you. But you're going to have to constantly steer that energy. Don't fall into complacency with this energy. Okay. Now, if it's a health related issue, it's saying that a block or some kind of obstacles that you've had could dissolve or be lifted away, and therefore you're going to be overcoming whatever it is, or you're going to have some relief or some kind of answer possibly. or just, just better health, if it's health related, but it could also be lifestyle and well-being. So this is about seeing an opportunity of finding the way and now moving forward, full speed ahead in order to bring that in for yourself. We've got Diana, focused intention here. So keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. So as I said, this is about determination to get where you need to go. You need to set a course, follow up every opportunity that this card brings you. Whatever was blocked before, now you've got a clear path. And how are you going to make the most of this energy? It's a very productive energy, but this is saying that you need to have focused intention. She's got a bow and arrow here, and you have also got Sagittarius here in your communication house and your research house. So I do feel that there's more research and communication required, but also focusing on your target. Now, drawing back the bow and arrow is important with Sagittarian energy, but the bow and arrow, it's at the drawing back of the arrow where all the power is, and then once you have it focused on your target, then you let it go. Okay, so it's your focused intention. What is your intention here? You must have clear intentions when you're going to be dealing with this, and also with it's going to come up again as well. So what is your intention here? And if you're not sure, then you need to refine it, and this is what we're going to get to. But focused intention is having some kind of goal and working steadily towards that, and not allowing naysayers and skeptics to deter you, or to just allow yourself to fall into complacency or get off track or get distracted. Getting distracted can also happen with the Grand Trine energy. Okay, so it's about staying on track. We have also got the Magician, the Fairy Tarot. You can do anything. Take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be a success. So, it depends what you're aiming for in the 6th house. If it's an art or a craft or some ability or some work-related activity, it can also be artistic with this energy. But with the Magician, this is saying that this is an air element, and it's connected to Gemini and so on. So it's got that mental aspect to it. This is like creating something using your mind. Okay, so using your mind, use your tools that you have to manifest something, but it involves research. It involves time management, taking charge of your schedule, taking charge of your time. This is what the focused intention card is about, as well as Grand Trine, because you can get distracted. So make sure you have a good schedule and that you are following up on what you need to do. Because you can manifest whatever you need to do. Once you set your mind to it, and you've done your research, and you've checked it out, and you've communicated with others, exchanged ideas, then you can bring about the alchemy, which is what this is about, to manifest what it is that you want. Very powerful card. It's a major arcana, and it's a number 1. So this could be important from a timing point of view. It could be 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, whatever is is appropriate for you. We've also got the Chariot coming in. This is also, again, a very progressive, motion-oriented energy. Also a major arcana. Number 7 is appropriate here. Success that comes from dedication and self-discipline, which is highlighted by the Grand Trine. So the opportunities are there. It's up to you how you're going to use it. And then the focused intention is about applying that discipline. Okay, so success that comes from dedication and self-discipline, celebrating your accomplishments, being in the spotlight. So somewhere along the line, you're going to fall in the spotlight, whether it's for your ideas or the work that you're doing or the leadership that you're putting in or what you're saying or what you're doing, however it comes in. But you're going to have to take the reins here. Okay, the dragonflies are very, very quick, very fast moving. So you've got to really have good control. You've got to have your feet planted on the ground. And you've got to be quick off your feet and quick to take up on opportunities. And this is about control. It's about taking the reins and being dedicated and determined to see this through. But there's fast movement here and bringing in different aspects, thought and words combined with action. And that will take you in the direction that you need to go. But you do need to apply these energies to begin with. Now we also have the 8th house coming in the middle here. The 8th house is all about, it is about intimacy, but it is also about big money. This is normally big finance. So there's any kind of investments or insurance or assets, banking, tax, anything like that. All that comes in. Intimacy from a sexual point of view, but it can also be the nuts and bolts of a union if you are going into a union with another, whether this is a love union or a friendship partnership, or whether it's a business partnership, whatever the situation is, it's how that's going to hang together, the emotional and material resources that you are combining and how they're going to combine. But it can also be obviously on the sexual side, intimacy side, all of those aspects. It can also be about regeneration and renewal. So this can be about something that is being regenerated or renewed, or you are getting a new lease on life. It can also be about birthing something, bringing something into being, but it's also the psychic side, or the psychic impression side of the zodiac. So you could be getting a lot of very powerful insights at this time. You've got Neptune in this house, so this could very well be the case. Getting very powerful intuition or very powerful impressions or insights about things. Okay, it can also be anything that is that hasn't been revealed or is hidden, can sometimes come up with the 8th house. So these can be things like hidden feelings, emotions that need to come out, things that need to be said, or actions that need to be taken. As I said, it can also be from an intimate side of a relationship, but it can also be to do with money, things something that has not been cleared up or is now coming to light may need to be dealt with at this time. We have also got, as I said, Neptune here. So Neptune is, the positive side is insights, intuition, dreams, impressions, and deep spiritual knowledge can come in with Neptune, just knowing certain things and getting insights as well. But it can also be about connecting to your artistic or creative side or musical side, and anything governed by Neptune, which can be the beauty industry. There's lots of things that come in with this, like perfumes and oils and things like that. So this can cover a great many things. But Neptune, the other side of it is that perhaps your boundaries, you need a boundary check. And we say this because I've got Bridget, don't back down, stand up for what you believe is right. So somewhere in this 8th house, whether it's from an intimacy issue, or it's a partnership issue, or it could be monetary, or anything that is kind of coming up which needs to be cleared. Now this can also involve, from a monetary side, it can also be to do with the passing of somebody, like an inheritance or a legacy that you're wanting to create for yourself, or that you are benefiting from. But there's some aspect of this which is unclear. Now this can come up with Neptune, where things, it's like illusions or disillusionment. So being prey to a fantasy or confusion, or things just not being clear. All right. But it could also be that you're getting very clear insights about something in yourself, but you don't know how the pieces fit together, or you're not sure whether you should assert yourself at this time. And Bridget is saying, yes, you do need to do that. Okay. Now there's a lot of green energy, which is to do with the heart. And this is your heart chakra, which is everything to do with everything to do with the heart-based energy. This is heart choices, but everything to do with love and relationships and so on, but also connecting to the love energy. However it is, whether it's a spiritual love or a personal love, or just connecting to heart choices, making choices from your heart. With Neptune, it can sometimes draw a veil over things, where there's like a sort of rose-tinted spectacles situation going on. It could also be that boundaries need to be clear. In other words, you could be dragged in or fall prey to other people's complexes and complexities or dramas, okay? And that can be draining. That can be draining your energy. And this is why Bridget is here to say, do not allow this to happen. Stand up for yourself, okay? So it could be that coming in. I do feel there's some sort of boundary that needs to be put in here, or something is unclear and you do need to stand up for yourself. You do need to be clear about what it is you want here. Okay, to stand your ground, or to be very clear, or to show up for yourself, represent yourself. And in other words, if you're in a group situation and everybody is having their say or their opinion, then you need to stand up for yourself and put your case forward. Okay. There can also be deeper aspects to do with this. This could also be bringing about some sort of healing in this house, speaking up, or being clear about what it is that you want or you expect in the situation, and that can bring about some sort of release. The Neptune governs the 12th house, and this is all unconscious things as well. So something could be bubbling to the surface, or you're noticing something, and you also want to nip some sort of behavior or something in the bud here with don't back down. Okay, so whatever is occurring, it could even be mixing with the wrong crowd, or moving in the wrong direction with others, and you need to stand up for yourself and just pull back and assert a boundary, or be assertive in some way with this energy. It could also be that you may have been sort of quiet or in retreat mode in this 8th house. You may have been in retreat mode, or just not been speaking up for yourself, or not been following through on something. But she's saying now, Bridget's saying that you do need to do this now. Okay, you can't be in retreat anymore. That something needs to be moved or changed or brought about in this house. So Bridget, don't back down, stand up for what you believe is right. So stand up for yourself, exert your opinion, be assertive, show up for yourself, be present, whatever it is. Be clear about what you expect and what you want in this situation, however it applies to you. We have also got the 3rd house here. So this is all about communication, whether it's written or verbal. Now this can be contracts and document based. It can also be to do with hearing news or receiving news, or researching something, going after something, communicating with others, exchanging ideas. It can also be to do with going online to do things like electronic, social media, and so on. So this is gathering information or exchanging views with others, or learning things. Learning does also come up in this house. It's your I feel it's doing research on something, or understanding something, or it could also be to do with your, certain relatives, like general aunts and uncles, cousins, siblings come in with this, and neighbors may also come in with this. But it's communication with whoever, whether it's people that are close to you or others on a broader spectrum. But it can also be to do with going on short trips. So perhaps you need to be doing research around and about where you are. Perhaps do more research about where you're living or where you are, or just go on a trip or get away. And cars and maps may be involved here as well. Now, with the 3rd house, there can be, because you've got Sagittarius and you've got quiet time here, I do feel that something is coming in where you perhaps are, either you need to do more research and contemplate the outcome of that, or contemplate, in other words, follow your intuition and your instincts, which is what Sikh is asking you to do, to get in touch with that, do meditation and contemplation in order to navigate with this. Navigation is coming up with this, whether it's physical navigation, as in cars and transport, or whether it's to do with communication, contracts, documents. You need to tap in somewhere along the line. It could also be connecting with others or getting along with others as well. So however it comes in for you, but it could also be too much. It could be too much media, too much communication, too much going on, and you need to just retreat to get clear on what it is that you want to do or say or sign, or whatever contract or document is coming into your awareness. Sikh is saying quiet time, take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate and contemplate. So there is something to think about here, or to withdraw from, in order to give yourself space. You could be a bit overwhelmed with this house if you've too much social media, too much going on around you at this time, or you need to perhaps get away and go away somewhere on a sort of a short trip or a local journey to get some space and some time. With the Sagittarian energy, this can be outwards into the outdoors, so it's that freedom-loving energy. This is a very expansive energy. This is a breakthrough or some sort of vision that you have for yourself. It could be expansion from a communication point of view, like publishing or writing or editing, but it can also be travel, getting out, but it can also be going into the outdoors, spending time in nature. It can also be freedom from a routine that you have. So breaking routine and either going somewhere quiet to get the space and time that you need, or to, go within so that you can see the wood from the trees, because the Sagittarian energy is very expansive. So it could be that you need to see the big picture in some regard. Now, this could be communication based. This could be to do with the people around you or where you're working. Perhaps you need to be more sociable and more outgoing, and that is coming in this house. And work is related here in some way. So perhaps you need to open up yourself a little bit, be a bit more open and social, or just more outgoing. But it could also be that you need to see the wood from the trees. In other words, you need to get a larger perspective of your situation. And you can only do that by moving either into a new environment or out of your current environment so that you can see. But this is very visionary, very expansive, and there's some sort of travel involved here. It could be learning as well. Perhaps you need to learn more, and that's why you have the third house, which is all about learning, contracts, documents, exchanging ideas, and so on. So there's something about this which is more expansion, but at the same time, whatever results or whatever you find out when you go through this, you need to contemplate it and go within so that you can navigate whatever it is that you find. Or it could be that you go within and then you get the clarity and the perception which you require to help you move forward. There is some sensitivity here, so I feel this is to do with your health and your diet and your well-being, but also to do with the too much exposure to media. It could be that you are very sensitive at this time and you need to just retreat periodically. That's why you have the Neptune energy as well, and why you've got the quiet time so that you can hear yourself think. Okay? Hope you enjoyed that. Please take care, and I will see you next time.